After their victory over Spurs, Manchester City have now won 16 Premier League games in a row, an extension to the record they set just a few days ago in Wales against Swansea. They're now 14 points clear at the top of the table and still unbeaten, and it seems like the Premier League title is already wrapped up and we're not even at Christmas yet. But the question is this Manchester City side the best team in Premier League history, or is it too early to judge? Today we'll be discussing Pep's super squad, their chances of staying invincible for the remainder of the season, and what this record-breaking side means for English football. On Wednesday the 13th of December, Manchester City tore apart helpless Swansea with an emphatic 4-0 victory at the Liberty Stadium. Goals from David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne and finally Sergio Aguero completed the rout as they set a new Premier League record for 15 consecutive wins. But go back just 3 days and they had a win that meant even more. Their 2-1 victory over rivals Manchester United at Old Trafford saw them extend the gap at the top of the table as they aim to assert their dominance. Now 14 points adrift at the top, it's looking quite clear that they're the best team in English football and incapable of being stopped by anyone. They are the highest scorers in the Premier League and heading into the Spurs game also had a joint best defensive record in the division as well. So right now it's all smiles at the Etihad Stadium, and with the blue moon rising there doesn't appear to be any cause for concern whatsoever. Their first 11, whilst not always the same group of players, appears to be the strongest in the division with no weak links, and the team to the neutrals appear to have fantastic chemistry playing alongside one another. Each player seems to fully understand their role in the team, and Pep's discipline seems to be keeping everyone in shape, everyone grounded and everyone confident. Man management, one of the most crucial, underrated things in football. But that's not all. Another reason as to why they've been so consistently good throughout the course of the season is the depth of the squad. Most teams in the league are simply no match when you compare the quality of depth to the league leaders, because there's just so much quality outside of the first team. When you've got players like Yaya Toure that can't even get a game, and Bernardo Silva who ordinarily starts from the bench, it just goes to show you how fantastic this squad really is. But despite that being the case, many people are still unsure whether they can go 38 games unbeaten and avoid defeat for the entire Premier League season, a feat only achieved once ever by Arsene Wenger's Arsenal team back in 2003-2004. Oh, the invincibles. The invincibles. I tell you, football is great nowadays. I'm not one of those cynics that says, oh, modern football's rubbish, it was better back in my day, but the invincibles, man, that was a fun team to watch. As they come close to the halfway point in the campaign, they're very close to being halfway there. But everyone knows that in England, the domestic season is a long and physically draining one, especially when you couple it with a European campaign as well. But most pundits do believe that this Manchester City team has the best chance and a better chance than any other team that's come before them of equaling Arsenal's undefeated season back in 2003-2004. But whilst we can sit here and rave about Manchester City's team until the cows come home, we also have to consider the fact that maybe the league is just not as competitive anymore if it's so one-sided this early on in the season. Manchester United in second place have actually had a pretty good first half of the season, all things considered, winning 12 of their first 17 Premier League matches, yet they're still so many points behind, and even so early on in the season, it seems unlikely that they'll be able to make up the deficit. So does this lack of close competition devalue Manchester City's start, or does it highlight the fact that they're just that good? Many people could make arguments that the Manchester United 99 team is better than the current Manchester City one, or that the Invincibles were better than this Manchester City side. So if they're not considered the undisputed greatest team in Premier League history, are they? Well, there isn't really a definitive answer to that. Football is a game of opinions, and the answer could be different for every single different person you ask. And whilst as a neutral, I do love watching this team play, I love their passion, their understanding with one another, and I love the way Guardiola set this team up, it is still 18 games in the season, and in my opinion, personally, I think it's just a little too early to judge. Whilst it does look almost inevitable to change, Guardiola still hasn't won anything just yet with Manchester City, and until he does, I think people might be jumping the gun to suggest they're the greatest team ever, in fairness, although there is nothing to suggest they couldn't be the greatest team ever. But until the season is over, I personally don't really think it's fair to comment. But I guess the better question is, if they're not the greatest at this point in time, what do they need to do in order to be considered the greatest Premier League team in history? Do they need to remain undefeated like Arsenal's Invincibles back in 2003-2004? Do they need to set a new points record that Chelsea set the year after the Invincibles? Do they need to set a new record for most wins in a Premier League season that Chelsea set last year under Conte? What do they need to do to be considered the greatest team in Premier League history? So now I've had my say, I'll throw it out to you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this Manchester City team. Is it the greatest team of all time? Is it still too early to judge? And if they're not the best team of all time, what is the best Premier League team of all time? And what do Pep's boys need to do to be considered undisputed the greatest Premier League team ever seen? Thanks for watching this video, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. If you are a new viewer to the channel, then click the subscribe button for more daily football and FIFA content as well. Much love to you all. Have a great night. Let me know what you think about this Manchester City team in the comment section down below, and I'll see you for another video very soon. Bye.